love and death. A terrifying trio. Welcome back, horror enthusiasts. Are you ready for another chilling journey into the heart of darkness? Today we're diving deep into the unsettling world of couple murders, those haunting cases where love and violence collide in the most horrific ways imaginable. Make sure to watch till the end and subscribe for more spine-chilling stories every week. We're going to unpack 3 cases that are sure to send shivers down your spine. Stay with me. This is going to blow your mind. I'm John, and I'll be the one telling you today's stories. The Hinterkaifeck murders, a night of unthinkable brutality. Imagine, if you will, a time long before the internet, before cell phones, before the constant connectivity of the modern world. The year is 1922. We're in rural Bavaria, Germany. Picture a small farmhouse, the Hinterkaifeck farm, nestled amidst rolling hills and isolated fields. It's a place where life moves at a slower pace, where neighbours are few and far between. This isolation, however, will become a breeding ground for terror. On this farm lived the Gruber family. Andreas, the father, a stern man with piercing blue eyes. His wife, Casilia, known for her kindness and gentle demeanour. Their widowed daughter, Victoria, still grappling with the loss of her husband, and her 2 innocent children, 7-year-old Joseph and 2-year-old Casilia, their laughter once echoing through the farmhouse. But that laughter would soon be silenced. Days before the murders, Andreas the patriarch began noticing strange occurrences around the farm. Footprints in the snow leading to the house, but none leading away. Sounds of footsteps in the attic when he knew it was empty. A misplaced newspaper, as if left by an unseen visitor. Andreas brushed off these unsettling events as pranks from mischievous neighbours, or perhaps the work of his imagination, but a growing sense of unease settled over the family. On the evening of March 31st, 1922, something truly sinister descended upon the Hinterkaifeck farm. One by one, the family members were lured into the barn, a place typically associated with safety and livelihood, now transformed into a chamber of horrors. The details, pieced together from the gruesome crime scene, paint a picture of unimaginable brutality. Each victim, it seemed, had been killed with a mattock, a farm tool typically used for digging, its sharp end delivering fatal blows. Little Joseph, it is believed, witnessed at least some of the murders. The poor child was found in his bed, his tiny body covered in bruises, clutching strands of his own hair, a testament to the terror he must have endured in his final moments. The killer, or killers, then took their time, meticulously covering the bodies in the barn's hayloft, as if tucking them in for a final eternal sleep. Days turned into nights as the Hinterkaifeck farm remained eerily silent. Neighbours, accustomed to the family's routine, grew suspicious. Where was the family? Why hadn't they seen any signs of life? Finally, on April 4th, a group of concerned neighbours decided to investigate. What they discovered would send shockwaves through the region and etch the Hinterkaifeck farm into the annals of unsolved mysteries. There, in the barn, lay the bodies of the Gruber family, their lifeless eyes staring into the abyss, forever frozen in a silent scream. The motive behind the murders remains a chilling enigma to this day. Was it a robbery gone wrong? A family feud turned deadly? Or was there a darker, more sinister force at play? Theories abound, ranging from disgruntled former farmhands to vengeful spirits, but the truth remains shrouded in mystery. The Hinterkaifeck murders stand as a chilling reminder of the darkness that can lurk in the shadows, even in the most idyllic of settings, and the unanswered questions continue to haunt us, echoing through the decades. The Amityville horror when terror followed tragedy. Now, let's turn our attention to a story that's seeped into our collective consciousness, a story that's been told and retold, inspiring countless books, movies and nightmares. This is the story of the Amityville horror, a case where the murders were just the beginning of a terrifying saga. It all unfolded in a seemingly ordinary house at 112 Ocean Avenue in the Long Island suburb of Amityville, New York. From the outside, it was a picture-perfect home, but behind its charming facade lay a darkness that would soon consume all who dared to cross its threshold. In the early morning hours of November 13th, 1974, the peace of this quiet neighborhood was shattered by the deafening roar of gunshots. Inside the house, 6 members of the DeFeo family, parents Ronald and Louise, and their 4 children, Dawn, Allison, Mark and John Matthew, lay dead in their beds, victims of a horrifying mass murder. The killer, 23-year-old Ronald DeFeo Jr., the eldest son, claimed he was driven to commit the unthinkable by voices he heard in the house, voices that whispered to him, urging him to kill. The murders sent shockwaves through the community and beyond, but the true horror of 112 Ocean Avenue was far from over. A little over a year later, in December 1975, the Lutz family, George, Kathy and their 3 children, Danny, Christopher and Melissa, moved into the house, unaware of the darkness that lingered within its walls. They were a young family, full of hope and dreams, eager to start a new chapter in their lives. Little did they know, they were stepping into a living nightmare. Almost immediately, the Lutz family began experiencing strange and unsettling phenomena. Foul odors permeated the air despite their best efforts to clean the house. Green slime oozed from the walls. Swarms of flies appeared seemingly out of nowhere. But it was the unseen forces that truly terrified them. Kathy felt cold spots and an oppressive feeling, as if she were being watched. George would wake up every morning at 3:15 a.m., the approximate time of the DeFeo murders. The children, especially Danny, claimed to see a demonic pig-like creature with glowing red eyes peering at them from the shadows. As the days turned into weeks, the paranormal activity intensified. Objects moved on their own. Doors slammed shut with unnatural force. Disembodied voices whispered their names in the dead of night. The Lutz family, once so full of hope, was now living in constant fear, their dream home transformed into a prison of terror. After just 28 days, driven to the brink of madness, the Lutz family fled their home, leaving behind their possessions and a legacy of fear that would forever be associated with 112 Ocean Avenue. The Amityville Horror, as it came to be known, became a cultural phenomenon, a chilling reminder of the darkness that can lurk beneath the surface of even the most ordinary places, and the terrifying possibility that evil never truly dies. It simply waits for its next victims. Our final story takes us back to the heartland of America, to the quiet town of Villisca, Iowa, where in 1912 a gruesome crime shocked the nation and left an enduring mystery in its wake. Imagine, if you will, a warm summer night. The air is thick with the scent of freshly cut grass and the sound of crickets chirping. Inside a modest 2-story house, the Moore family, Josiah, Sarah and their 4 young children, Herman, Catherine, Boyd and Paul, are preparing for bed after attending a children's program at their church. Joining them for the night are 2 young guests, Ina and Lena Stillinger, sisters who lived nearby. It was supposed to be a night of peaceful slumber, but it would be their last. On the morning of June 10, 1912, the Moore residence stood eerily silent. Neighbours, accustomed to seeing the children playing outside, grew concerned. One neighbour, Mary Peckham, noticed that the Moores' chores had been left undone and their milk was still sitting on the porch. A sense of dread washed over her as she approached the house and peered through the windows. Inside, she saw a scene of unimaginable horror. The Moore family and their 2 young guests had been brutally murdered in their sleep, the weapon of choice. An axe found leaning against the wall in the downstairs guest room, still stained with the victim's blood. The killer, or killers, had moved methodically through the house, entering each bedroom and delivering fatal blows while the victims slept. The brutality of the crime sent shockwaves through the small town of Villisca and beyond. How could such a horrific act occur in such a quiet, peaceful community? The investigation that followed was a chaotic mix of speculation, rumor, and dead ends. Suspects emerged, some more plausible than others, but no one was ever charged with the murders. Theories abounded, ranging from a jealous lover to a traveling serial killer, but the truth remained elusive, lost in the passage of time. The Villisca Axe murders, as they came to be known, captivated the nation, becoming a chilling reminder of the darkness that can lurk beneath the surface of even the most idyllic small towns. To this day, the house at 508 East 2nd Street in Villisca, Iowa, stands as a haunting monument to the unsolved crime. Visitors from around the world flock to the site, drawn by the macabre history and the hope of experiencing the paranormal activity that is said to plague the house. The Villisca Axe murders remain a chilling mystery, a puzzle that may never be fully solved, but continues to fascinate and terrify us more than a century later. Thanks for watching, horror fans. I hope you found these stories as bone-chilling as I did. If you enjoyed these terrifying tales, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more weekly horror stories. Remember, sometimes the most unsettling tales are the ones that remain unsolved, leaving us with more questions than answers. Stay safe, and we'll see you in the next video.